In July 2022, LBP AM launched its first Article 9 Debt Corporate Strategy, the Mid-Cap Senior Debt Fund. The philosophy of this innovative fund was to support companies in sustainable growth with a business model showing, in particular, a decarbonization pathway. What was our approach to do so? What outcomes have we been to achieve? You will have all the answers in this video. Hello Corinne, thank you for being there. To encourage borrowers to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions, the approach of the corporate debt investment team was to structure sustainability-linked loans that tie annual carbon reduction targets to an impact margin. As of today, 85% of the issuers benefit from decarbonization pathway. We have a lot of carbon data. However, it is a complex and non-uniform data, and we didn't have the methodology to translate this data into scientific and intelligible results for everyone. For 5 months, we have therefore worked with Carbometrix to assess the fund's decarbonization trajectory and potential. Corinne, could you tell us about Carbometrix?
Very nice to be here today, Sophie. So Carbometrix is a French company. We guide private market professionals all over Europe and their portfolio company in effective decarbonization. We combine climate advisory services and an intuitive platform to best adapt to our client needs.
Thank you, Corinne. How did you leverage our investment data to assess the outcomes?
LBP AM came to us with 2 objectives. The first one is to demonstrate the decarbonization pathway and engagement of their portfolio. And second, to have a way to monitor carbon performance of the entire portfolio. Our mission was delivered in several steps, and we leverage, of course, all the data you provided. It started with first computing finance emission of the fund. Second, homogenizing the data that you have from the different borrowers. Combine all this in a pathway at the fund level. And last but not least, compare this pathway with net zero trajectory. In order to assess the net zero trajectory, we used internationally recognized standards such as CDP WWF temperature scoring and SBTi methodologies. The key success factor of this project was the collaboration with both our teams.
Absolutely. At European private markets, the project team was composed of 2 people in the investment team and 1 expert in the ESG team. It required us to deep dive in the deal's financial and extra-financial documentation. And this required also to structure this complex and unstructured data so that the Carbometrix teams could develop a scientific structure-based methodology. When we structure the decarbonization KPI, our intention is to set the most ambitious decarbonization trajectory up to the challenges of each borrower's activity sector, a Paris-aligned pathway being the gold standard. Corinne, what were the findings of the project team in this respect?
The project demonstrated the pioneering carbon performance of the fund by computing an implied temperature of the entire portfolio. It also identified a way you could even more influence the portfolio company to reach the Paris-aligned framework. Overall, we are very happy to work with such an engaged financial institution in this multi-year partnership.
The completion of this project was an excellent exercise for us to visualize the concrete consequences in terms of the decarbonization of our fund. It also allowed us to take a step back on the negotiations we have with companies and understand how to better approach them in the future. For example, it turns out that it is important to have a decarbonization pathway, even if the company operates in a low-emission sector.
Thank you, Sophie.
Thank you, Corinne, for our collaboration.